If you're a brand graphic or web design business owner, you should watch this video maybe even a few times. I will walk you through how I easily got a $15,000 project by using ChatGPT and what else I use ChatGPT for in my branding and design agency. My name is Katie Sandel and I am not a YouTuber. However, on this channel, you will see a lot of educational content all around how to get dream clients as a brand graphic or web designer, how to raise rates, start hiring, grow into an agency, and all that good stuff. So if that is something that interests you, you will want to subscribe by clicking on the button subscribe. And if you don't like what you see in the future, you know how to unsubscribe. So this 15K project. A few months ago, a potential client reached out to my design agency as they were trying to start their business. They were in, I'm not going to say the exact industry, but let's say they were starting a supplement product-based business. And they didn't know exactly what steps they need to take in order to start their business. They came to me asking for branding and marketing and Instagram ads and logo design and whatnot. And once I figured out that they're not clear on what exactly they need, I basically explained what my branding and design agency offers, which is brand strategy, visual identity, so logo, colors, typography, labels, packaging, and website design. After a couple of emails and one call, I thought that they're not going to be the right fit for our agency. So I basically went to ChatGPT and typed in, I'm starting a supplement product-based business company. What would be my steps? So I got 8 steps exactly how to start a supplement company or whatever that industry was, right? And I sent that email, I did copy paste to my potential client and told them, now from all these steps that you need to do, the steps that I can help you with are 3, 4, and let's say it was 5. Besides that, you need someone who comes before me and someone who comes after me. ChatGPT told me where they can get the jars from, where they can get the formulations from, how they can find manufacturers and all that. So when I sent that to my potential client, who is now my client, saw me as someone who is super knowledgeable and someone who can really be their partner and who can bring their business to life, even though I offered this one small portion of what they need for their business. So that is just one tiny example, but I will now share how we use ChatGPT to get clients, write proposals, and do all of our marketing, like social media and all of that, in a second. But let me first explain what ChatGPT is. So ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence language model developed by OpenAI, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, so ChatGPT. It uses machine learning algorithms to process vast amounts of natural language data to understand and generate human-like responses to various prompts. In simple terms, ChatGPT is a computer program that can communicate with humans and respond to queries and questions in a way that mimics human-like conversations. It all sounds too complex, but overall, ChatGPT is a powerful tool that can help us understand and improve natural language processing and ultimately enhance our ability to communicate with machines. And now, a fun fact, I asked ChatGPT if I needed to record a YouTube video and explain what ChatGPT is, what would you say? Or what would I say? And ChatGPT told me to tell you what I just did because I literally read what it wrote for me. I didn't read the whole thing, but here you can see what I asked ChatGPT when I was trying to explain to you what ChatGPT is. Okay, now you may be wondering, but Katie, how can I use ChatGPT in my creative business as a brand designer, web designer, graphic designer, or even photographer, videographer? Let me show you how I use it to grow my design business. Last month, I was working on a logo design or full visual identity for a luxury candle company. And I kind of had this creative block. I'm sure you know what that is. So I went to ChatGPT and typed in, I'm working on a logo design for a luxury candle company. Do you have any ideas? What would I include in that logo? This is how the brand needs to sound. This is how approximately needs to look. What are your ideas? Give me 10 ideas. And I got 10 different ideas. That doesn't mean that all those ideas were perfect and amazing and I was able to fully use them. But it gave me some amazing things. So, for example, from idea number 1, I was able to use one part. From idea number 7, I was able to use the other part and then put that together, open the Illustrator and work on the logo. And it was really, really good. And that is just one example. You can use ChatGPT to literally communicate with. Just imagine that ChatGPT can be another person that can help you within your business. So if you have a creative block or something like that, you can literally get ideas from ChatGPT. The other way how you can use ChatGPT is when you're communicating with your clients. So when they send you an email, you can literally do copy paste and say to ChatGPT, can you please, you don't have to use the word please, but can you respond to this email? And then you copy paste that email, and then you can even add, please use these words. And if you can also mention this, that, and that. So whatever you want to add to that general response. And it is amazing. It's so professional. It's so good. And if it gives you a long answer, you can even say, can you please shorten that? But please make sure you don't exclude this part. It's amazing. I use ChatGPT now to proofread all my emails. And even if you don't say it completely, hey, respond to this, entire email, maybe you're going to say, hey, write an email. I'm sending a response to my client. I want to include this, that, and that. And then they're going to start, dear client, that you can later replace with the name of your client. And then you get the whole email. It's amazing. So for the recording purposes, I already put things in, but basically, here's an example of what I want to send to my potential client, Melinda. So I said to ChatGPT, can you proofread my email, improve it, and make it more polite? I'm sending an email to my potential client offering a revised version of the proposal after they said that I'm too expensive. And then I put what I wanted to say. Melinda, no worries at all. Now that I understand what your budget preference and is, and what I think you need the most, label designs, that we can focus on a couple of tasks that I think blah, blah, blah. And so I said, instead of a full-scale brand strategy, a smaller version, whatever. So now I'm trying to tell her that instead of a proposal that I sent for $27,000, we can figure things out how we can send a smaller version of that proposal that's going to be just $10,000 to $15,000. So I said that to ChatGPT if it can improve and all that. And then ChatGPT wrote an email for me, and I thought it's a bit too long. So I asked ChatGPT if it can shorten it, and then it did, but then I wasn't 100% happy with it. So I would continue going back and forth with ChatGPT, because just imagine, this is like a person. It's like your proofreader, it's like your copywriter. It still takes time, right? It's like going back and forth until you find that perfect email, and then you send that to the client. If you're a brand graphic or web designer who doesn't have clients yet or doesn't have enough clients, and you want to use cold emailing as one of your marketing strategies, guess what? ChatGPT can help you with that. Let me show you how. Let's say your ideal clients are personal trainers. Here we go. So what I typed in ChatGPT, so first I started a new chat and then I said, I want to get branding clients. I offer brand strategy, logo design, colors, brand board, website design. So you can type in whatever is that you offer. I'm reaching out to fitness trainers. Please write a cold email, make it short and straight to the point. I want them to book a call with me using my Calendly link. Now, I got something that sounds pretty cool. And from here, I would still like to make some changes, tweak some sentences. And after I do that, after I remove some parts and add something else, then I would just go back to ChatGPT, probably start a new chat and say, just proofread this or just fix grammar mistakes. Do not, improve it or anything like that. I just want to make small changes and that's going to be it. And then from there, I would copy paste that email and send that to my potential or future clients. Then something I already mentioned, what I use ChatGPT for is to get concept ideas. But let me show you exactly how I get concept ideas from ChatGPT. I would start a new chat. I always start a new chat. So I would say, I need to make a logo for a luxury candle company. Can you give me 10 ideas and inspiration for the logo? Let's see what we're going to get. So we're gonna get 10 different ideas and inspiration for a luxury candle company logo. And then from here, you can, it's basically like Googling logos or going to Creative Market or going to any of those websites. But this time, instead of seeing the visuals, you get content ideas that you can translate that into visuals. So, so the first one, you got minimalist design, a simple and elegant logo with just the company name and a small candle icon. Of course, you're not going to put the candle icon because that's too literal. However, you do get some ideas. For example, when it said sophisticated font and natural color palette. Now, from here, you can Google sophisticated fonts, or you can ask ChatGPT, what do you think the natural color palette, give me some ideas. What colors should I use? And then from there, you can again go back to Google or Creative Market or any other website or Behance to get more creative ideas. But this is a really good start. The other one can be, so start a new chat. So for example, let's say you need to design a website and you're not sure exactly what pages to include. I would also include like what that website is for. So let's say it's for a luxury candle company. Here we go. So you will get some suggested pages, like homepage, about us, and then it will tell you like, so homepage is the main page of the website, even though you already know that, but it sounds like really cool because now you can copy paste this content to your client, or when you're communicating with your client, you can use the language that ChatGPT uses because it definitely sounds professional, and you can educate your clients on what pages they need on the website, and you can explain what exactly you're going to do for them. It's so powerful and it saves you so much time. And of course, you're gonna add your input and see if, maybe some pages are simply not necessary and maybe it misses the main page that you really need for their website. So, you still have to think. And then even after you get the list of the pages and you know exactly what pages you're going to use on that website, you can ask ChatGPT, what do you think that we should have on homepage? What do you think we should have on products page? What do you think we should have on contact page or whatever it is? You get a point. Now, let me show you something amazing that every brand graphic or web design business owner is going to love. So I'm going to show you how I created a proposal using ChatGPT. So this is a part from the real proposal. I decided to hide the name of my client, so about, and then here's the company. So what I did here, it's just one tiny part of the proposal, but it's very, very powerful and very important when it comes to selling your design services. So I want to include about my client, and even though they do have about section on their website, it doesn't sound as good as when ChatGPT writes it. So I typed in, ChatGPT, can you please write a short about section with this many words or whatever, like however long you want it to be. This is what they do. This is what they want to focus on, and so on. So this is how I got this about section that I was able to include in my proposal and impress my client. Here to the right side, you can see some business and brand goals of my client. Yes, they did mention some of these, but also I asked ChatGPT what a brand, and then I explained what this brand is about, could have as their main goals if they're trying to grow their business, sell more skincare products, and so on. Give me some ideas. And then I got amazing ideas of what they could have as their main goals so that I can add that and again, impress my clients so that my clients know that I am not just a random graphic designer who's going to provide them with a logo design, labels, packaging, and a website that looks okay, but I'm actually going to focus on their business goals and help them make more sales because at the end of the day, that is their goal. Now, I don't have to type this in or I don't have to share my screen to show you this, but all our captions are now captions. Captions for Instagram or other social media platforms are written by ChatGPT. Of course, you still have to make some input, like you still have to think about what you're going to post. You still have to make some strategy and so on. But at the end of the day, you can even go to ChatGPT and type or ask it, hey, ChatGPT, I am trying to grow my Instagram following, or I'm trying to make more sales, or I'm trying to get more clients, or whatever it is. What do you think I should post about? And then you'll get some ideas. And then from there, okay, I love that. Can you create a carousel now? 10 slides. And then you get that. Okay, cool. Thank you. Can you now write a caption for that? And of course, you make some small changes, but it saves you so much time. From there, from all those social media posts, you can now turn them into newsletter. You can literally do a copy paste of the posts that you already got from ChatGPT, and you can type in, can you now write an email newsletter that I'm going to send to my subscribers using this content that you previously wrote for my social media? And then all of a sudden, you have social media posts and you have your newsletter written. From there, you can write a blog post using ChatGPT. Now, there is something very important when it comes to using ChatGPT when writing blogs. Google is not very happy with that, right? So at the end of the day, when you write a blog using ChatGPT, you still have to make a lot of changes. And there's even, and I'm going to link this like that below this video. I know that I can do that somehow, where and how you can check if Google will see that you used ChatGPT. So Google is not completely against using ChatGPT, but if everyone would use ChatGPT nonstop, Google would become like a spammy platform where, people will not know what's true, what's not, what's useful, what's not, and people would see that as SEO content, right? If you have a podcast like I do, and by the way, you should totally check it out. It's called The Profitable Graphic Designer, and I talk all about the business side of being a creative, like how to get clients, how to charge them 10, 15, 20K, and so on. So it's like really good, The Profitable Graphic Designer. But yes, ChatGPT can help you script the podcast. Every time when I get a new idea, I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, okay, be my consultant. This is what I want to talk about. What do you think? What else should they add or include within this episode? And it's like super, super useful and super, super helpful. So that way I get to help you even more when it comes to growing your design business. You can also create freebies for your potential clients, like 20 logo design ideas or ways to grow your brand as a skincare line or whoever your ideal clients are. So just figure out what is that your ideal clients would like to download so that you can get their email address so that they can subscribe to your newsletter and you can later reach out to them and get them as your client. It's super powerful and it can even write the whole your freebie. It's amazing. Once you get potential clients to subscribe to your newsletter, guess what? ChatGPT can help you write amazing and useful content that your ideal clients wants to read, engage with, and contact you for your services. You can even say to ChatGPT, write catchy topics or subject lines. Write catchy subject lines that my ideal clients, and then you can say who your ideal client is, would like to open and read more about. And then again, you can write the whole content for you and you can make some tweaks if needed. If you have a YouTube channel, again, it can help you script it the same as podcast. So there are so many different ways. I can go on and on, but if you want to learn more about growing your design business, I highly suggest either listening to my podcast, the Profitable Graphic Designer podcast, finding me on Instagram at Aventive Academy, and I'm going to leave the link below this video, or subscribing to my newsletter. Again, I'm going to leave the link below this video. But before I end this video, I want to show you the most useful tip. ChatGPT can literally help you with your sales calls. Let me show you how. I opened a new chat and I said to ChatGPT, Be my content manager. 5 questions to ask during a sales call. You always have to use some kind of number because sometimes it would give you one question. And I'm like, that's just not enough. So you always say like 5, 8, 10, or whatever is that you want, right? And then you can also say, I'm selling branding services to startups. Or, you can be more specific. I'm trying to sell a logo design for a real estate company or whatever it is. And then you get 5 questions. And I was like, give me another 5 ideas. I'm selling branding and design services. Then I got more ideas. And then, when it said like, here are some things and some ideas, and I'm like, okay, how can a business measure their success? Because I really wanted to be really good during that sales call. And you can just go on and on. So basically use ChatGPT as someone who you can brainstorm with no matter what. I really hope that this video was helpful to you. And again, I am not a YouTuber. I am a brand graphic and web designer owning a design and branding agency here in Austin, Texas. But on this YouTube channel, you will see a lot of tips on how you can grow your design business as well. See you next time.